Hey guys, Sonic 7 back, and here we are continuing on our adventure in Journey. In the last episode, we went through the perfectly peaceful, tranquil, almost kind of like, that height of joy that you could really imagine, where all the sand was so golden it would almost look like a sea. And then at the end of it, we realized that we come off this cliff and then we see the mountain just fade away from us as we fall down into this pit, where all the sand is now dark. The feeling is nearly not as happy, and to me, this level really represents a bit of doubt, kind of edging into a bit of fear as we go through our journey. So the natural sense of this is that the happiest you get, the perfect feeling that you get, naturally has to be followed up with something where you're going down. Now, for some people, that can be as a very slight decrease. In this case, it could be a very large decrease. Think of this in the sense that you are so confident in the journey you're having, in whatever it is, whatever stage of life that you are with this, whatever led to you feeling as happy as you could be in that previous level, to now being at a point where you're not as sure if you really belong, you're not as sure if things really work out. To a point where, unless something changes, you feel like you might be this low for a long time. And the feeling of this is really evident here, which is like, going off a little bit off the sea theme here is like, everything about this, it almost feels like we're underwater. And not in like the good magical way, but in the really like, looks like we're at like the ocean floor. Everything's very dark. There's no lights around us. To a point where like, you almost wonder, like you can't even look up to see where the light is coming from. We're so far down at this point. And, there's small cracks here and there that are letting us see. It doesn't feel like we're in a good spot right now. So it's a very interesting contrast to the last level where everything was almost as bright as you can be in this game, and truly, just a gorgeous to look at level. So I had talked about in the previous one about how, for me, my kind of peak there was really when I started to feel like all of my, soon-to-be wife's friends were really my good friends too. To the point where I felt like it wasn't just me, it felt like I really had a great group that like helped me be happier than I could be. This level to me is kind of the idea of like, it could be a mix of things, but it could be family issues, it could be things not going well at work, a lot of things that just kind of like, regardless of what else is there, can still bring you down and still make you kind of doubt your own personal happiness here. And one thing to note really quick before I kind of keep going on this narrative is how well they kind of suited the sea theme here. So if you notice all of the scarves around here, making it look like they're almost like kelp or like plankton, all around the floor here. You have the scarves flying around, but they flying around like a pack of fish here. And it really makes everything about this look interesting. You have grains of sand in the air that make it look like the air bubbles. And it really does make you feel that even though every single stage of this is underwater, it makes you really feel, not underwater, every single stage of this is with sand, it makes you feel like you are underwater, which is a cool contrast here. And even this, like turning the little scarf creatures we've been seeing into jellyfish, is just such an interesting change they had to not only like, one, make their message maybe a little bit more obvious, but two, like really give you that cool theme. Oh my god, and guys, you see the second person with us here? So since we're actually online right now, someone else joined our journey with us, and now they're going ahead of us. We're staying here to get our scarf here, though. But that's kind of cool. I haven't seen that before, where someone else just jumps in and is there with us, so that's kind of a cool part. And they're waiting for us. That's actually so nice of them. Let's see what happens here. And for any dog chatter in the background, I apologize. Lola's been a little bit kind of crazy here. They're trying to communicate. Let's talk right back. What are you going to do? So guys, we've been going through this, and I was trying to say, like, this can be a lot of things in life for a lot of different people. If you see really quick, we're killing the scarf game compared to them. We have a lot more pieces of our scarf than they do, which is why our scarf is way longer. But you see, again, this kind of flashing head here. We saw this when we were on level 3. There was a tower with them, and it was a little bit disconcerting because there was a little bit of that ominous music as it was happening. So I'm not really sure what's about to happen here. We see these snake sculptures like we saw in the vision from before. They're kind of just ominously watching us. So I wonder what they're going to be doing here. And, okay, it looks like the machine's working here. You doing all right there, bud? Here we go. What is that over there in the distance? Oh, it's just a creature, I guess. Why is our person waiting? Interesting. He doesn't want to move on. Oh my god. And here we see one of the snake creatures we had talked about from the past. And those visions we had actually came to life. So now, guys, I was obviously doing a bit of like a fake suspense there, but the big thing is that we're going to walk forward here where we're going to see these guys soon here. And what's going to end up happening here is that me and the partner are going to walk through here. I'm actually interested to see if this happens to the partner to give you guys a representation, because I don't want it to happen to us. Is these guys are going to have a spotlight, as you saw when the first one dragged out. And I hope... What are you doing? No, bro, we're going over here. Come on. Oh my god. What'd you do? Come on. It's actually kind of interesting to do this with someone who I don't know at all, because it kind of makes you like think about it. So you see the spotlight here that's roving around. So this thing right here, just to show you an example of what it's going to do, is going to actually run through here and identify those scarf pieces as the enemy. And what it's going to do is just jump through them and destroy them. Now, that is bad news for us, since we have one hell of a long scarf compared to our partner here. Our partner is going to the right and we're going to the left. This is interesting. And basically what's going to happen here is that this is a normal level. This is the only time in the game where something can really hurt you, which is kind of an interesting twist, because so far it's just been us moving around and there's been no real threat, no matter how far we fall, no matter what happens, of us really getting hurt. The big key here is just make sure that you are outside of the line of the spotlight. So our partner, oh my god, our partner just got caught. Let's see what happens. Our partner's walking, he's walking, and jumps. But as you see, half of his scarf just got snatched away. And guys, since we have one heck of a long scarf, that's not what we want happening to us at all. So there's a little bit of caution here, just making sure that we don't get caught here. Keeping an eye on where he is. Him doing a flip there is very good news for us. Get away, get away. An easy way, honestly, is just hang on this left side of the stage. They tend to patrol the right a little bit more, as you see right over there. And also at the end of the day, it's just about here is if you're hanging right to the sides of the level, they're very infrequently going to come over there. They have a very set path, so frankly, even if you're worried about getting snatched up, try it once or twice, see what happens. And then from there, you'll be completely fine. I'm trying to see, because I know there's one less symbol, and I want to say it's somewhere close to one of these like sides of the gates here. Is that it? There it is. Cool. All right, so this is all the symbols in the stage here. So the first couple are very obvious. The jellyfish at the top is maybe the weird one to find. This one is the hard one to find. But now, just as everything seems like the coast is clear, just like everything's there, and you know, kind of to this point, like just when all the doubt is starting to seep in, like it's doubt coming to fear. Like it's not only, man, do I belong? What's going on? Now it's really, am I ever going to make this up? Like, am I ever going to get back to where I am? And there's a real fear about that. But just, you see, we get caught, and guys, they're coming for us. All of our fears are confirmed. We're slowly coming down. There's a light there. We just need to make it. We're starting to see this is getting really close, really close. Come on, we just need to get there. And, just luckily made it just in time. And guys, even throughout all this, the thing this game does beautifully is it's a mix of emotions. So as you're feeling all this doubt, this fear from the first time, I remember the first time I saw those guys, I had no idea what happened, so I actually walked in the spotlight, and I realized I lost half my scarf, so I was terrified. I never wanted to be close again from it. Then you realize, throughout all this fear, all this doubt, at the end of it, the support of everyone who you care about is still there to shield you from it at the end and help you rise back up, as we'll see in the next level. So guys, we're getting back to the next vision of this, and you are actually now almost side to side with the Mystic. They're staring up at the top of the mountain in a way that almost feels like you're getting near the end of your journey. It's kind of a bit of a reflective path for them. The interactions are very interesting in this game because there's obviously no spoken word, as we saw with our partner. Like in this level, we had no idea what they were thinking, what they were doing, what their goal was. Maybe they tried to do the scarf getting bit off on purpose. Everything about this game is just interpreting as you go, but showing the sense of, you know, the different interaction with you and the Mystic is so interesting. But if you see the bottom there's a whole lot of white mystics, or white versions of you who just look keeled over, dead on their journey, could not get to where they were. And what we see here is almost like a star path being aligned, and then that star for the first time is us. We see a red figure for the first time. No more white figures. We are now part of this destiny. We are moving along, and I'm hoping this means that we're going to be able to get back on our journey, because if you guys notice, it's the first level in the entire game where we don't see the mountain at any point. We don't see where we're going. We just hope that it works out and we're back to where we were. So guys, this has been Sonic 7. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.